Hi everybody, welcome back to my garden. It is finally warm enough and dry enough for me to start doing some cleanup work in my garden. Every year I have a little bit to do, especially with my perennials. So I'm gonna take a once around this garden and show you what I have to do, and then we'll do an after. So these here are all perennials to about there. And they do need a bit of cleanup, like take away old foliage. Doesn't really look like much, but some of them are starting to grow already. So I'm just going to kind of clean them up. My rose bushes here, I put some leaf mulch around the bottom of them. So I'm going to wait one more day because we're supposed to get down to 32 tonight, and then I'm going to take that leaf mulch away. But just a few things that I have to cut back. Get some of these leaves out of here and like cut off a lot of the dead stuff so it can grow. Look. First flowers. Yeah, glad to see those actually came up. So just take away dead vegetation and stuff like that. Over on this side of the garden, this is all perennials here. These are perennial herbs here. And then these are all strawberries. So they stayed green all winter. I don't know what that's all about. But I'm going to go through and take some of the dead vegetation off. And then the rhubarb is just starting to come up. I'm going to get some mulch around that. I put a bunch of compost in here in fall, and it was like rushing. We were really rushing to get it all down before the ground froze. And so I'd kind of like to even it out a little more. Over here I've got some herbs. This is rue, R-U-E, and I'm going to cut that back. I've got some parsley in here that is coming back. So I'm going to cut all that dead vegetation off. Chives are up. They look good. And this is winter savory, I believe. It smells so good. So I got to clean that up. But other than that, everything kind of looks pretty good. Like if you look down these rows, there's a few weeds, but they're in mulch, so they just come up really easily. So I may go around and just pick a few weeds. I have this Johnny Jump Up here that survived the winter. Got a little bruise, but he's doing good. He's gonna stay there. And I have some kale that survived the winter. This is all new growth. So I'll mulch around that, make sure that's all good and mulched. So that should do it. Let me get to work, and then I'll show you what it looks like when it's all done. Ground is cold. So this is my favorite tool in the garden. I can't remember what they're called. I have no idea. So I'm gonna carefully look at these. These are daisies. And there's a bunch of old dead vegetation around them. I'm gonna take that off. But I can see that these are starting to come up. I should probably do this tomorrow after that freezing day. And then I'll put more, like some of these. I do have a regular nippers. Some of this is old, frozen. I'm gonna take it off and so forth. So let me get going on this and I'll show you the after. One thing I'm noticing about this soil, I put a layer of mulch on this earlier in the summer, is the ground is really nice and loose. It's got a lot of, and it just looks like really nice dirt. So I'm really happy, like when I have to dig a weed out, it really doesn't take much to dig it out. So that's nice. We'll be putting another layer of mulch on these pretty soon. They'll get their summer mulch. So this is rue. Now, one of the hardest things for me to remember sometimes is what sprouts on old wood and what sprouts on new wood. It's just one of those things you kind of have to know. And I've never planted rue before. So as I'm coming to chop this all up, I've noticed here, you see the sprouts on the new wood. There's one here. I'm sorry, on old wood. There's some here. Let me see if I can get out of the sun. There. There's some there. So I'm just gonna trim this back as if I'm, you know, you're pruning, I don't know, a little shrub or tree. You can see that it's green in the middle. So, learn something new today. So this strawberry bed looks a lot better. One of the things I'm trying to do, since I threw a bunch of compost in here, is go around and make sure the crowns aren't buried under a bunch of stuff. This can come off. So, yeah, I just go in, boy, those need to be sharpened, and make sure that they're not buried. So it looks more like that. We do have growth in here. See, this one here is buried. Doesn't look too bad though. That's a new growth in there. They crown up out of the dirt, and we're good. Okay, I think that's gonna do it for me for today. Sorry, it's really windy here, so you're gonna hear wind noise. So this stuff, I don't know if you'll be able to see this because it really comes off, the light is at a weird angle. Looks better. I mean, it's not perfect. I'll do perfect another day. It's good to see as you're walking around the garden, your plants coming back to life. You know, and getting in there and like, say, hi goats, and seeing the new growth, like here. Really makes you realize that you didn't kill everything over the winter. So that is going to do it for today. A nice little short video, just kind of keeping you up to date with what I'm doing in the garden, because sometimes it feels like I go for weeks without doing anything, and then all of a sudden you get a nice day and you have to do, 10 things. So I kind of just wanted to keep you up to date. And the next video, we're going to be putting the first plants in the garden. So I can't wait to do that. So until next time, everybody, happy gardening. Bye-bye.